Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the numerology and the energy for each life path number for November 2021. And what we'll do is we'll start off by looking at the energy and the numerology for the collective, and then we'll take a look, deeper dive into the energy for each individual life path number. So before we get into the reading, I just want to mention that this is, of course, a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading, please go to my website. I would love to work with you. And what else? I guess that's it. Let's get into it. So we are stepping fully into November. I can't believe that we're here already. Like, what a whirlwind this year has been. I mean, we kind of expected that with 5 energy. This 5 energy of 22 has definitely delivered on the energy of change, transformation, and, shifts for many people. And, I've said this before, things are not going to slow down just yet. So we're still in this 5 energy universally for the year, and we're going to be in it through December to the end of December. And so we really need to, if there's any area within our lives that we haven't really taken advantage of and really harness this energy to, explore the areas that are outside of our comfort zone to see, are there things that we need to release so that we can fully step into something bigger and better and more aligned for us? Because the one thing that usually holds us back is ourselves. And so this energy has been here for the taking, ready to be worked with. But if we don't do anything with it, then nothing happens, right? We are the driving force behind the energy. We are the momentum. And so I would say if there's any part or any piece of your life where you're in a comfort zone, that you've got some level of fear of sort of stepping out into something bigger and better and more aligned, even though it's unknown, even though it's scary, I would say really take advantage of this 5 energy while we have it through the end of the year. So with that being said, November is 16-7 energy. So ultimately it's going to be that energy of the 7. But we have a really strong influence of the 16. And so that's really what I'm going to sort of be speaking to when I talk about the collective energies this month and what we can kind of see come to fruition. The 7 energy is sort of lurking behind the scenes, right? It's like the core energy. And so we are going to feel that energy. But the 16 influence is going to help push us into that 7 energy, if that makes sense. So there's a lot to go over, so let's dive in. So November ushers in this universal vibration of the 16-7 energy, as I just said. So there's going to be this sort of beautiful, supportive energy for expressing yourself through writing, through speaking. You may find that you tend to be extra magnetic at this time, like people are just sort of drawn to you, or you're drawn to other people, but it's like an exchange of energy. Like there's just this magnetism. And it's sort of like this energy of drawing people to you because they're serving some kind of purpose within your journey. Like there's a reason why these people are coming to you at this time, or there's a reason why people are being drawn to you at this time. They have something to offer, something to contribute to your journey, and vice versa. And so pay attention to those people who are coming to you at this time. Pay attention to the things that are coming to you at this time. Don't ignore it or necessarily see it as a burden. Try to understand why these people are coming into your life. It could be that it's a lesson. It could be that there's something there to show you. But I really get that feeling like this is going to be something where it's kind of, it's really positive energy. Like it doesn't feel like a struggle energy. It feels like people coming to you because you can use their gifts. Like their gifts will complement your gifts, and what you guys can do together will just create something really beautiful within the world. So that's the kind of energy that I'm talking about when I'm talking about this magnetism. And it could be about relationships as well. You could really be attracting in those soul partners, those people who are just part of your circle at this time, and people who are probably going to be within your life for some period of time. These people are going to be especially drawn to your energy, your ideas, and to you, to your light, to what you are putting out there. So again, pay extra attention to how you are expressing yourself. Is it through negativity, shame, manipulation, fear? If so, then you are sort of being extra magnetic in that area, right? So what you'll attract more of is that negativity, is that shame, is that manipulation, right? And so again, this is going to be an energy and a vibrational match of people you will sort of invite into your experience. So this is going to be really important to understand that where you focus your energy at this time, especially, will create the experience that you have, right? That you are sort of nurturing and inviting in. So be certain that it's an experience that you want to be having, right? I say that a lot, but we have more power and control over our experience than we give ourselves credit for. And so again, if you are expressing yourself in a way that is full of negativity, full of shame, full of manipulation, full of fear, full of judgment of self or others, that is going to be what you are putting out to the universe to magnetize back to you, right? To bring back within to your experience. And so you're telling the universe, this is what I want more of because this is what I'm contributing my energy and my focus towards. So pay close attention to how it is that you're expressing yourself, how it is that you're showing up, how it is that you're trying to get your message across. Because remember, people are going to be drawn not only to you, but to your energy and your ideas and your expression. So just pay close attention to that. And it isn't about being positive all of the time, right? This isn't about toxic positivity. This is life, and we have big emotions, right? We're meant to feel and experience, and no one can do that for us, right? We're meant to experience the emotions. We're meant to experience the feelings. So what I mean by focusing on how you are expressing yourself has more to do with your contribution. So you may be feeling the negativity or the trials and tribulations of life, right? That's totally normal. But is that what you wish to contribute into the collective energy with your expression? So when the negative thoughts or the negative feelings come in strongly, this is going to be a time for, and this is very 7 energy, for going within, feeling and working through what surfaces, and then seeking the guidance and resources of others to assist you through it, right? And to sort of hit pause on sending that energy out into the world, right? And sort of not magnifying that negativity or those lower vibrations. It is totally normal and okay to feel them. Again, we are expressive, we are emotional beings. We're meant to feel it all. And when we're not feeling something, it's because we're suppressing it, and that just creates issues, right? And so if anybody's telling you to suppress those energies, then, they're really telling you to hurt yourself, right? You want to feel them. You want to move through them. You want to transmute them. What we're talking about here is hitting pause on sending that energy out into the world, in expressing it in a way that it's contributing to the greater collective and having some kind of effect on your environment, if that makes sense. So that's a fire that just doesn't need to be fueled, right? So when you're back to, your personal state of peace, harmony, joy, positivity, and you feel ready to share, then share that light, fuel that fire for the collective, right? Contribute that. Then those are the people, places, and things that you will draw into your experience. Those are the people, places, and things that will be sort of magnified and who will sort of catch your attention and who you will draw in. So again, you really want to pay attention to your thoughts at this time and, which thoughts you take action on. This is really important as well. Emotions, feelings, again, they're meant to be felt and experienced and moved through. However, thoughts can be changed. And we get to decide which thoughts we put our energy and our action behind to create the momentum. So with this powerful 16/7 energy, pay extra close attention to your thoughts, to your mindset. What are you giving your power to? Those thoughts are the seeds that, when they're planted, create the outward manifestation of our experience. So change the thoughts, change the mindset, change the experience. If it's a negative one, right? Again, I want to be very clear on this because I think that in the spiritual community, there's this misconception or misinterpretation of positivity where it's like, oh, we have to be positive all the time and toxic positivity and we can't talk about being positive. It's not about that. It's about, again, feeling all of the emotions, positive, negative, sad. And there's really no positive or negative, right? It's just emotions. It's your body, again, speaking through you and telling you, like giving you the red flags or giving you the notification that, hey, maybe you need some rest and relaxation at this time. Maybe you need to cry. Maybe you need to, put your face in a pillow and just let it out and scream or whatever. Or maybe you need to go into nature and just relax. But we need to feel the emotions, right? Nobody is saying to avoid or change the emotion without experiencing it and moving through it. Experiencing and feeling the emotion is incredibly healthy. What we are saying, or what I'm saying, is change the thought. And so again, if a negative thought comes into your awareness, you get to decide whether or not you take action on that thought, right? Or whether you're going to feed into that thought and give it power. The thought is of the mind, right? So again, that's something that we have the power to change. And it's through changing that thought, that mindset, that belief, whatever, that you do in turn change the experience, because you in turn change how you show up to the experience, the effort and the energy that you put into it. Okay? So I hope that's clear. Nobody's telling you to suppress or avoid your emotions. Please feel them, and if you need assistance to help you move through them, please use those resources, right? Find somebody who can help you to do that. And there's no shame in that. And same thing with changing the thought. If you struggle with changing those thoughts as they come in and you tend to sort of act on those more negative thoughts because sometimes they're easier to believe, there's coaches, there's readers, there's therapists, there's doctors, whatever you need to assist you in learning how to change that thought when it comes in and deciding on taking more appropriate actions to create the environment and the experience that is more conducive for your higher expression. So the 16/7 energy is really going to be highlighting for you where it might be that you are contributing or taking action on those thoughts that aren't serving you, right? So this is going to be a time when sudden and unforeseen events can sort of overthrow or shed direct light on those debilitating mindsets and habits, right, that need to be altered in order to be better serving. So this is going to be another period for, and I know people are so tired of hearing this because it seems like we've been in this shift for, since 2020, but it's important. It's very important, or it wouldn't be happening. So this is going to be another period for that massive awakening and sort of insights that push you to change course if the direction that you were moving towards was a dead end. So in tarot, this energy would be similar to sort of Tower energy or the Judgment card, or I would say even the Tower and Judgment card. So this is going to be a time for awakening, for big insights, for secrets being revealed, both good and bad, or not so great, right? And there is no good or bad. It's kind of like everything contributes towards our journey and helping us to get to our highest expression. So, but some are more uncomfortable than others. Let's put it that way. So both bring clarity, right? The more positive and the more challenging, both bring some level of clarity. And that's what we are being provided at this time through this month. So any dead weights that need to be released or any dead skin that needs to be shed, allow it to happen, right? Allow it to fall away, because you are emerging at this time as a more authentic version of yourself. And it's really hard to do that if you're carrying dead weight, if you're carrying, that old skin that really just doesn't even need to be there anymore. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be a really powerful time for a lot of people. The more that you have to sort of shed, the more that you have to release, the more that you're really going to feel this energy this month. And again, work with it. Allow it to work with you, to show you, to highlight, and to show you, again, what needs to be released and how to release it. So the 16-17 or 16-7 energy may feel super intense, right? Just going to be honest about that, but that's okay. Remember, the energy is present, but it's what you do with it that ultimately makes the difference. This is powerful, motivating energy. Harness it, use it, allow it to motivate and inspire you. And this can be a time for magnificent creations. It doesn't have to be all like, healing work or major transformations or major shifts. It can be about getting those powerful, motivating inspirations and taking charge and creating those magnificent creations. So I would say plan wisely, use your intuition, and allow this energy to illuminate or spark your creative talents that you want to work with and to propel you towards those bigger goals. This is definitely a time for that. This is a time for when bright prospects may arise suddenly, including big relationships that could have significance within your life for, again, decades to come. One of the keys in sort of working with this energy is that you don't try to control it. Don't try to attach to whatever comes in. It can be challenging because it can feel like such big energy and such magnetic energy, right? And so intense that it can be really easy to sort of lose yourself within it. But it's going to be really, really important that you maintain your sense of self-control and work with the energy, walk with it, right? Don't lose yourself within it. This isn't about ownership, but rather fluidity and true partnership where integrity, authenticity, and freedom are maintained for all involved. So harness this energy to allow yourself to work with it, but don't try to control it, or the outcome sort of could be a little bit challenging. So keep it simple, even when it feels complicated. Sometimes we're the ones, that make it complicated. So this 16-7 energy is a big, big energy. And it's really here to help you and to work with you. So control, force, stress will only create a similar output and a similar experience. So as always, continue to find your center as you work with this powerful energy this month. This can be a very beautiful experience if we allow it to be, right? So refine the thoughts before you take the action in order to create your greatest reality, right? You have the power to do that. So it all comes down to, what are you taking action on? What are you putting your divine will and power behind? And is it what you actually want and what you believe will best serve you? If not, then stop, regroup, and do it differently. The power of the redirection and to create lies within you, not someone else, not something external to you. So big, powerful energies this month of November. Let's go ahead and look at the energies for your personal life path number. Life path 22-4. So I pulled an animal spirit card for you all, and you got eagle spirit, and I love this so much. Eagles are a power animal for me, and they just hold so much significance. And so I love that you all are getting this energy. This is power energy. Like, this is true power energy. I love this for 22s. I see this as an omen that you all are going to be really stepping into your power this month, that you're going to be able to accomplish a lot. I read this thing recently actually about eagles, and I don't know how true it is. I can't even remember where I read it, but it was saying that eagles, and I do know that they can fly very, very high. They can go very high up in the sky. If you've ever seen an eagle fly, they can go quite high. And I did read somewhere that it said that when there's a storm, the eagle is, I think, the only bird that will fly above the storm. It'll if it can, right? Obviously, it depends on how high up the storm is, but it'll fly above the storm. And so, that might have just been something that people, that was said to encourage people or whatever. But regardless, the eagle is this very powerful animal. And I do feel that, or bird, right? And I feel that you're going to have this opportunity this month. You may face some things where you have to fly above the storm. You know what I'm saying? And so, and not get discouraged by it or get sort of overtaken by it. There's going to be times this month where you're going to have to make very firm, very decisive decisions and stand within your power. Like like the eagle is the king of birds, in my opinion anyway. And so there's going to be times this month where you're going to have to get that crown, dust it off and put it on, fix it atop your head and own it and stand firm within it. I feel like there's going to be a lot of clarity coming in for you this month. I feel like there's going to be a lot of decisions that are going to need to be made through that clarity. And there might be that storm raging around you, but you are going to have to stand firm, stand your ground type thing in your own knowing, in your own truth. And sometimes that can be incredibly challenging, especially for 22s, if self-doubt is coming in. And so as we talked about in the intro, this is going to be a month especially where you're going to have to nip those thoughts in the bud. You're going to have to find a way to change the thought. And that's something, that we as humans have complete control and power over, is changing the thought. The emotion is different. We have to feel that. We have to move through it. We have to transmute it and work with it. But the thought, you think about how many thoughts you have every single moment, every single day, right? And they're constantly fleeting. It's what we decide which thought we decide to cling to, which one we decide to believe or latch onto, that is going to in turn affect our experience. And in turn, we're going to put the action behind and manifest whatever it is that we are believing at that point. And so I feel like for you all, this is going to be, especially with eagle energy coming in, this is powerhouse energy. This is authoritative energy. This is a level of confidence that maybe you haven't experienced or felt before. And so I would say, if you start to doubt yourself, if you start to feel like you're not capable of something, because that is definitely something that 22s and all master numbers all humans really, but really that master level energy will struggle with, because there's a lot that you have to overcome and move through and sort of master in this lifetime. And so if those thoughts start coming in, I would suggest, going on YouTube, going online and just watching videos of eagles. And you cannot help but just stand in awe of their power, of their grace, of their, commitment to whatever it is. And they're also opportunists, right? Like they will, instead of having to hunt, they will go and feed off the prey that's already been killed by another animal, right? So they're also opportunists. I mean, they're not stupid animals. They're gonna take the path of least resistance when they can do that, if it saves them energy. So it's not always about having to do everything yourself. Sometimes it's understanding that, you can work in tandem with other people and as a team of other people and benefit from other people's wins. So I just think there's a lot to take away with Eagle Spirit. And I feel like you can gain a lot of that sense or truly kind of embody that spirit of Eagle by witnessing them. So if you watch the videos or whatever, when you're feeling like you can't do something or you're not capable or whatever the case may be, watch eagles, because the confidence of these birds is incredible and the power behind them. So anyway, that would be my suggestion. But very, very powerful energy coming in. It's not necessarily easy energy, because it's very much like there's going to be people that you're going to ruffle feathers, that by standing in your power, by owning your truth, by really being decisive about what it is that you want to do, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, or whatever the case may be. And you can do that from a place of like compassion and love. Like you don't have to bulldoze people to do that, but there are still going to be people who think you should do it a certain way and who will get their feathers ruffled. And, the eagle doesn't care about that, So it's like, it is a symbol of truth. And so ultimately what it comes down to is, what is your truth? And you are going to be called to step into that truth this month and to stand behind that truth and not waver, not give in to the forces around you or the storm, that's going around you, right? Like to stand firm in that truth, in that knowing, and then go after whatever this is. So very, very powerful energy coming in through Eagle Spirit this month for you all 22s. So when I look at the month of November for you all, again, very, very powerful, fast moving energy this month for you all. Definitely seeing a shift here for you. There's something where kind of seeing a shift in maybe, I don't know, it could be anything because it's a general reading, but it's kind of like if there's something that hasn't been going your way or hasn't felt like been going your way, or you've been trying to make it go your way, but it hasn't been going your way. I feel like there's a shift in energy here. Like all of a sudden you're going to start to see the people come in. You're going to start to see the resources, the support team, the understanding, the clarity, the knowledge surfacing for you. And that's going to make a world of difference for you. So it's kind of like in November, you're going to see the shifting sand. And once that starts to happen, things really start picking up for you this month. Now, again, you have to say yes to it. You have to initiate it and put in the effort. But I really feel like you're going to have kind of like this powerful confidence behind you. And maybe that's from Eagle Spirit, right? But you're going to have like this confidence behind you that's sort of the driving force here. It's almost like maybe Mars energy in astrology, where it's just like that action energy, the motivation and the resiliency to see something through, but the confidence to say yes to whatever this is. So, but I definitely feel like you're going to feel the shift, like the shift in momentum here, the shift in like things starting to kind of go your way now. Like you starting to see like the reap the rewards from the efforts that you've put in. And it doesn't necessarily have to be efforts that you put in for a few days. I'm talking like effort you've put in for like years. Like you start to kind of see a shift here, I believe. And so, and then, like I said, once that shift starts happening, it's kind of like quicksand. It starts going really, really quickly. As long as you say yes to it, that's where we keep coming back to, right? And I think that's again where that Eagle Spirit comes in. The energy is going to be there. The opportunities are going to be there. And so pay attention to the thoughts that come in for you this month, because if any of them are deterring you from stepping into this, because this is a big win for you, whatever this is, this has the potential to be something really, really big within your life. So don't say no to it out of fear. Like change the thought, right? Remember, the thought creates the action, creates the manifestation, creates the experience. So it all goes back to that thought, which we have control over. So again, pay attention to the thought. I do see some kind of disappointment coming in for you this month though as well. And so, but it's one of those things where it's like, it feels sort of trivial. Like it seems kind of like low stakes, like a low stake disappointment. But I feel like in the past, something like this would have derailed you, or like you would have taken a hit to your confidence or something like that. And you would have struggled with this. I feel like this month, you've really got the power of the eagle behind you, this confidence, this truth, standing in your truth. And I would say, remember that you have the power to fly above the disappointment. Yes, we need to feel whatever comes in for us when it has to do with emotions. We are emotive beings, right? And so we do have to feel it and grieve it, or whatever we need to do here. But again, this whatever this is doesn't feel like high stakes. It feels low stakes. It feels like something where it's like you could easily move beyond it without a lot of commitment, or like having to work through a lot of emotions or whatever. So, but again, I do feel like in the past, this might have derailed you. And so really, I think you're going to see how far you've kind of come with your own resiliency and your own knowing of what you're capable of. So again, I would say whatever the disappointments are, and it could be around like maybe things don't go exactly as you had wanted them to go. And of course, that's where it comes in to be a little bit more flexible and to compromise where you can compromise, negotiate where you can negotiate. and understand that there is a way around it. So just fly above it. You know what I'm saying? Like fly above the disappointment and don't stay there, right? Again, feel the emotions, whatever comes up for you, of course, but just don't stay there. Find your way around it. And just remember, again, I'm pretty much saying this to every group because it's so important this month. I mean, it's important all the time, but I do feel like it's going to be coming in so strongly for all of us this month. Pay attention to the thought. And when you can change the thought, which you can change the thought every time. Again, if you think about how many times you have thoughts in a moment, in a day, in an hour, right, in a week, they're so fleeting. They change constantly. And so you have control over the ones that you pull and the ones that you hold on to and the ones that you put your action and your energy behind. So be very, very mindful of that this month and what you put your energy behind. And just remember the eagle. And I'm telling you, I would definitely say if you get an opportunity, check out pictures of eagles. Really, if you can watch videos, they are just such incredibly powerful animals. So I think that's it. But yeah, definitely seeing a lot of potential coming in, a lot of positive, powerful energy this month. Some disappointments, but again, they don't feel like landmines. They feel like these little molehills that you don't want to make a mountain out of, right? That you just want to fly above and move on. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much, 22s. I will see you again soon. Bye for now.